All right. Good evening, everyone. Sorry for the slightly late start there. A couple small technical issues. Today we're going to be practicing some Vanessa. Get ready for the tournament this Friday. Feel like Vanessa's in a pretty strong position, especially the flagship build seems like a good one. Early with the rifle, we'll get some practice in. Obviously, starting character, very popular for everyone. But to be honest, it's been a while since I've really spent some time on her, so see what we can do here. Day one Long John. Or one Long John at that. There's also a cool build out there with piranhas that looks pretty interesting, might consider. I think reaching for the Long John's more of a meme than an actual good build, so probably just take the piranha and call that good. Really hoping to catch a ramrod there, but okay. Alright, Viper, hopefully you get this lash out talent here. Start of the fight, Poison 3. Nice thing with a talent like that is you can combo it with other skills that say, like first time you poison freeze. So at the very start of the game, you're poisoning and you're freezing. Great way to open a fight. Now here, best we could probably find is something like a ramrod. Star chart, this is a little early to get. We only need it days 4 through 7. But, I mean, they're presenting it to us, so kind of hard to pass on. Both options for Vanessa seem pretty good. 2 gold and a bronze skill can be good. And then, of course, you could always high roll on an enchanted item. I think for the sake of this practice, we're going to go with the attempted high roll here. Well, picking up a fiery catfish is interesting. I think I'm going to take that. Now we'll be looking for ways to haste and really juice up this catfish, make him deal a ton of damage. Not a great here. Okay. You can get an upgrade on the catfish. Also go a Zorsid here. I am going to really go for both. Give up the grenade here. Zorsid. Zorsid will help with that haste that we're looking for, as well as catfish burning will speed the Zorsid up. Nice little combo there. I don't know that we're going to be strong enough to win day one unless this pig is really coming out slow. Yeah. Good chance we lose this one. Unfortunate, but looks like we've got decent foundation. Ended up with the win. That's fantastic. All right, so day 2, we are looking for some more haste. Different ways to really just empower this catfish. I think we're actually going to start here since we have friends. We can take advantage of the sort of hidden added option here. Play hide and seek to try and pick up a good skill. Not the best, but still does help. Right. We can go to the strange mushroom and pick up another hidden event here with a small silver friend. Not the best one, but We'll make it work. So after this, coconut crab. Coconut crab's hard shell is very, very useful. In fact, I would argue maybe one of the strongest bronze skills there are out there. Hitting that 20% of your max health and shields is real strong, especially in the early game. Okay, we pick up some max health. Not bad. Alright, let's see what we can get here. Nothing useful. Let's go ahead and roll here. Hoping to catch something a bit more useful. Incendiary rounds can be useful. Get the burn to get the Zorcid going a bit faster. We're a little desperate to get something good in our build here, so I think I am going to pick this up. We're going to go for an aquatic item. That's our most likely chance to pick up something useful with this catfish. And unfortunately, we don't pick up anything great for the catfish here, but we do get Shelby. Try and pick up some friends. And unfortunately, a swing and miss here as well. Pesky Pete's not bad. Put him between two friends. Now all of a sudden he's going off 3 times every 8 seconds. In this case, I think we'll go ahead and sell that. Put the incendiary rounds next to the katana because it's pretty quick. And really just to take advantage of the haste on the Zorcid, we'll put Calico here. Calico can take advantage of the flying fish, the Zorcid, and the katana to build its crit chance. So again, this is kind of a funky build. We're just putting out the best items we can here. I do also have the option to go for Narwhal. Swings a little faster. I might go that route. In fact, I will. I'm going to go ahead and take that. Narwhal goes a bit faster than the Calico. Just really try and push to get the burn, to get Zorcid charged up and get those haste charges on this catfish as quick as possible. Catfish is really kind of linchpin to the build here, so we'll do the best we can. All right, we're looking at a day 2 dually. Day 2 dualies are probably the most difficult to challenge, especially if they're well built, because they pick up their silver core here. So it's going to be challenging matchup no matter what they have. Okay, so they only have 2 friends, which is actually kind of a benefit to us, but this toxic soldering gun's kind of scary, so we'll see how we do. Looking like we did just fine. Beautiful day 2 win. With Vanessa, you really want to try and get your wins early. She doesn't have a strong late game, so you know, if you're going to get a diamond 10 win, which is 10 wins without a loss, chances are you're going to get it with Vanessa. All right, we're on day 3. Let's see what Kina has for us here. Now, one of the things I like to do to kind of min-max is I go ahead and buy the chum every time. And then at the very least, you can go ahead and resell it for what you purchased it for. And then later on down the line, if you get an orange Julian or anything like that, it actually will allow you to get a little extra power out of that for nothing. All right, so we picked up a Yeti crab. This is another way we can kind of juice up this catfish is whenever we freeze, it'll give this increased poison. So that's another way we can do it. Luzo Ray is interesting just for the sake of the friend build, which isn't necessarily super strong, but right now I'm kind of looking at what we have and what we can do to get a little faster. And while this goes off every 2 seconds, if I have friends on each side of this, this goes off every 2 seconds as well. You know, it goes off 3 times every 6 seconds, I should say. So consideration, but I think I'm actually hold on the gold. We're a little low. We don't have an econ item to help us build up that gold. So we'll just go ahead and do this here. Now what I'd like to do is really figure out a way to get the Yeti crab in with the catfish and also next to the pesky Pete here. So we might just do something like this. We've got burn here, here, and here. Again, the burn is to charge our Zorsid and get this to haste the catfish as much as possible, because when it hastes, as you can see, it almost doubles in power. So very, very useful. All right, since we're low on econ, definitely don't want to go to the gumball machine. Generally, you don't want to touch the gumball machine unless you could purchase all 10 gumballs, which means you need 10 gold. Don't really need a weapon here. Again, we're looking at poison and haste, things like that. But I'm just going to go ahead and take the 6 regen. 6 regen early game's pretty strong. I'll just work with that. And though this is kind of a funky build, I think it's actually strong enough that we can take on the Castaway Corsair here. Castaway Corsair is one of the new monsters they released recently. And for a diamond, he seems a bit weak. And if we can beat him and pick up something like this heavy bonfire, that would actually be pretty good for us with the catfish. Because as you can see, whenever you burn, it hastes adjacent item. Very nice. Get that win there. Okay, unfortunately Mossy Pet Rock isn't going to do us a whole lot of good, but that's okay. Alright, we're going to get an upgrade here. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the Zorsid, make it a little faster. You know, all harping back to that idea of trying to haste this catfish as quickly as possible. And medium items generally for a build like this are pretty good, so I'm going to go and actually reroll here. Unfortunately, we don't pick up anything that we want. Alright, we'll move on. Now we can consider going in here for health and shield. Not really what we're wanting, or we can upgrade. And in this case, I think I am going to actually go ahead and take the upgrade on a bronze tier item. And we're going to go ahead and upgrade our Yeti crab. This will allow us to go into the depth charge later as well, if that's something that we pick up. Alright, so now we can go ahead and put the piranha in. And I think in this situation, with this many different weapons on the board, I'll go ahead and put Calico back in. Hopefully it's strong enough to get us this day 3 win here. Ooh, that's a strong build. Let's see how we do here. Yeah, just a bit too strong for us, darn it. One of the big downsides to relying on poison, as much as we're trying to burn, is that poison tends to just not be able to keep up. Okay, so here's the docks. This is what we got that star chart for. We go in here and here's a hidden event where we can get 4 golden XP. We'll definitely take that here. You know, one of the strong things with Vanessa is we can over level pretty quickly with her, and that's exactly what we're going to look to try to do. All right, we'll go ahead and upgrade our narwhal. Again, we're just trying to work with what we've got. Make this board as strong as possible. I'm gonna actually go ahead and reroll here. Yeah, unfortunately we swing and miss here. Move on. All right, a hex is generally a pretty easy one. We could low roll, but I think overall we should be just fine. All right, pretty easy. Okay, picked up a solar farm here. This is actually pretty useful. We could figure out a way to fit that in the board. And again, we're trying to burn as much as possible. And with that, we might want to actually take the crit, or we can go this route and burn faster. So this makes us faster, this makes us hit harder. That's basically what we're translating these into. And I think speed might just be a little bit better for us. So let's take a look and see how we can fit the solar farm into this build. I think we actually take this katana out, and unfortunately we're going to go ahead and just get rid of it. And it might just be as simple as this here. I think I like Pesky Pete over here, and we'll run it like that. And that'll get us burn as quick as possible. Burn charges this and this. When this gets charged, this haste. When this gets charged, this haste. So lots of haste on the board now. Make everything faster. Faster is good. Alright, see what Sylvia might have for us. Yeah, while this does haste, we can't really take advantage of that initial burst of haste. Again, you know, being poison, we're a little bit slower. So unfortunately, I don't think that's the answer for us here. Now, something like dive weights, on the other hand, this can produce a lot of value for us in haste. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and take this out here, and we'll place dive weights in. And I don't know the right answer. I think this wants to be next to 2 aquatic items for the cooldown to get down to 6 seconds. However, I think we're just going to sacrifice and let it sit at the 7-second mark, and we'll work with that. Again, we picked up more haste. That's great. Trying to build around that catfish, get as much damage in as possible. Okay, so here we get that chum again. Go ahead and just pick that up. And the reason I don't just sell them off is you never know if you're going to run into ways to make more money off them. You know, it could be something like Barcoon, or you could pick up the Cove. Different ways to do that. So we have the room. We'll hang on to them. Go ahead and roll. Jellyfish is another nice pickup. Go ahead and grab that, and let's see. Pesky Pete is not an aquatic item, unfortunately. Don't know the best answer. I think we're going to just hang on to it for now. Let's go ahead and put that piranha in over the bronze one. All right, we'll go ahead and move on here. See what we can do on day 4. All right, so we're facing a square build. Generally, these have good burst potential, as you're about to see here. See, he almost took me out. Now it's a matter of trying to finish him off before he can do it again. He just did it. Very nice. Picked up a day 4 win. We're on to 3. Now, for those that might be new to the game, what we're looking to do is hit these larger markers here. These blue markers indicate how many wins you have. So as I just mentioned, we have 3 wins. We're on the start of day 5. Each day has 6 hours. On the hour 3, you always face a monster. And then each of the hours in between can be random events, as you see here. So this will be the hour 1 events. And the goal is to get to 10 wins here. But at 4 and 7 wins is where you get additional rewards. Alright, so Toxiclox is usually pretty good for us because he sells haste items, of course. Now, there is a consideration to put this in. This hastes quite a bit and slows, and it's aquatic for the dive weights. So definitely a consideration to put this in over the solar farm, especially since we're running friends. So I think that's actually what I'm going to end up doing here. While solar farm is good, I don't think it really fits with the theme of what we're trying to do here. Go ahead and drop that in. Now we've got the dive weights down to 6 seconds. That's a nice upgrade for us. And in this case, you know, we're basically transitioning to a full friend build with this in here, because as you can see, you get +1 multicast for each friend you have. And right now we have 2 items that are not friends and the rest are. But we really want to stick to friends, ideally small friends. So I'm not going to worry about medium items anymore. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and just go here and just pick up a random skill. And that's a good one. Arms Dealer is another very good bronze skill. Gives it an opportunity to get some more health. That'll be our form of defense for this build. As you can see, we don't have any shields or healing or regen. So our only form of defense right now is our health total. Go ahead and go after the Gorgon Noble here. The hope is to pick up something like the Paralytic Poison, the Petrifying Gaze. Those are both good. You know, even picking up something like Clockwork Blades to reduce the cooldown is also nice. And of course the ticket's always good, so really hard to miss with this monster. Right? Unfortunately, we do miss. Pick up a weapon that we're not really wanting here. Okay, 10 gold is really hard to pass on. We'll go ahead and take 10 gold. And again, here's the docks. We like that hidden event here to get that extra XP. Again, we're trying to level up as quickly as possible. We can get over leveled and be able to just go into the fight stronger than anyone else. Get an upgrade on the catfish. That's fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and make some room here. I think we're going to actually back off of this just a little bit. Get this jellyfish in. And the Yeti crab. Upgrade that jellyfish. And now we have 2 good forms of poison. We were able to get the jellyfish on the left hand side to take advantage of this here. Since the catfish is growing in poison, it's less useful to have this skill affecting it, whereas something like the jellyfish that's static in its poison, with the exception of Yeti crab of course, having something like the initial dose on that is much more useful. All right, I think we are ready to take on our day 5 opponent here. Level 6 dually with 2 wins. Hard to really tell what that means. Duali's probably my weakest character. I mean, that being said, I a lot of times struggle to feel confident in most of the characters. The one exception to that would probably be Stell, but unfortunately she's just not in a great position right now. All right, looking nice and strong. Very good. I feel like we're in a pretty good position in terms of our build. Now it's just a matter of building up the pieces around it. You know, getting upgrades, getting skills that are going to be a bit more useful. So there is a consideration to go to Gassio, get the apparel for the dive weights, which is also apparel. And looking at our alternative options, they just aren't great. So I am going to go ahead and take a look, though I don't think I'm going to spend the 6 gold to reroll here. So we'll just go ahead and Call that a loss, and we'll move on. Pole could be useful to get the upgrade on the Sea Dog Saloon, which again, that's kind of what we're looking for, is good upgrades. So we'll go here, and we see a cove. Coves are great to build up that economy. So let's go ahead and sell off the chum, pick that up, and we will roll, hoping to see a Sea Dog Saloon. Fortunately, we don't. Now, Slumbering Primordial can be interesting, though I don't think it's the greatest. I think Tortuga is the large item of choice for a build like this. All right, we'll go ahead and take on the Loan Shark. Has a lot of useful items for us, including this skill here. Cash Cannon. So Cash Cannon's an example of what I was talking about. We're up to 198, and some of that is just from us making these simple purchases and making a little bit extra money here and there. All right, picking up a silver tier skill here, and this is an excellent one. Again, we're looking to haste a whole lot. So picking up a talent that rewards us for our haste with some crit chances, excellent. Take that, and I think we're best off going to Andy here. Hey, look at that, rewarded. Get a Zorcid upgrade, we get a dive weights upgrade, and we can go ahead and re-roll, see if we might pick up anything else useful. Unfortunately not. All right. And here's that Barcoon that I was talking about before. Now with Barcoon, we can now sell off these small items for 1 extra gold. So made a little extra money off of those. And through that chum, we actually ended up making 2 additional gold. So pretty rewarding. Now I like Wanted Poster because if we win our player fights, then we get an additional XP. Again, trying to go fast, trying to get wins as quick as possible. So we'll go ahead and pick that up here. I am going to go ahead and re-roll here, hoping in this situation to pick up another Sea Dog Saloon. Fortunately, we don't get it, so we'll go ahead and move on to the next fight. A 2-win Pygmalion. We're equal level. All right. That signals to me that they had a weak early game build, and now they're starting to generate some steam, so it could be scary. Staring at a square build again. This one's a bit strong. They have all the quests completed on their Regal Blade, and they have 1 quest completed on their dog. So they're looking to burst quite a bit here. Unfortunately, without any form of defense, our health total just isn't enough to take on the burst of a build like that. All right, so now we've picked up a couple losses. That's not great for us. So we need to definitely turn things around, get a little lucky on some of the item pickups we've got here. I'm going to go ahead and go Mountain Pass, hoping to catch a fight, but we do get an extra XP anyway, so while it's not 3 XP like a fight would provide, 1 extra XP is still useful. Now here, I'm going to go with poison skills, taking advantage of the fact that we have 2 items on the board with poison. And here, every time, or the first time we use an item, we haste 2 poison items, just so happen to have 2, so we're guaranteed to hit the catfish with it. So, pretty useful. And of course, it also helps enable that static acceleration talent that we have. KYJ, you're saying black screen. I don't know what to tell you. I would say try and reload. As far as I can tell, everything seems to be working on my end. Yeah, I've got my stream up on another screen here, and it looks like it's working. All right, nice, easy win against Sergeant Suds there. Look at some more friends. Do pick up a upgrade on Jellyfish. Now here's the Tortuga that we were talking about earlier. This hastes your other items, and it deals a good amount of damage. So I think that's the proper upgrade over Sea Dog Saloon. We'll go ahead and pick that guy up here now. Great addition to the team here. All right, and we are completely broke. We are through day 7, so we are done with the star chart here. When I say through with day 7, I see what our options are for the final hour. So I'm going to go ahead and sell that off now. And just to make a little extra room, I'm going to sell this cash cannon. I don't think we're ever going to run it. And now I can go in here and pick up some free chocolate bars just because I want to keep that 10 gold. A little extra health here. Also, with the cove, that gives us 5 extra gold. So we just made 5 gold while also getting 50 health. So not bad. Okay, we are looking at an over-leveled Mac. As you can see, they are level 9. And right there, that shows you the advantage of over-leveling. The fact that he's starting with over 1,000 health more than me. And getting, you know, an additional skill, it goes a long way in a fight. Unfortunately, we lose that one. On to the next. We do have a pretty strong build still. So I don't feel like we're necessarily making any mistakes here, just not getting rewarded for the decisions we're making. Picked up an upgrade there. Picked up a chum, which again, you know, I love chum because it's free. And in this case, we have a cove, so it actually makes us 2 gold to buy that item. Okay, JJ unfortunately doesn't have anything useful for us here, so we'll move on. Now, I don't feel confident that the gold tier item is going to be anything that's useful, but instead, you know, we're low on the gold here, and I know the loot item almost certainly is going to be useful. So, yeah, the only real item that would have been not so useful would have been something that helps with shields or heals. All right, we're going to take on the Oasis Guardian here. The Oasis Guardian skill could be helpful for us. Crimson Orchid is probably one of the most busted items you can get off of monster these days, so both good options for us. All right, we pick up a femur. Not necessarily useful, but worth a good amount of money. That's nice in terms of the econ. Okay, don't see anything useful here. The only real weapon that is looking to be useful for us right now is Narwhal or Tortuga. But we'll go ahead and roll and take a look. Fortunately, we don't get either. Okay, we pick up a rare additional fight here. So that could go a long way for us. I'm gonna go ahead and sell this femur now, just to make a little extra space. Right. Nice, easy win for us. Unfortunately, we just picked up a flashbang. Not really useful. But now here we are, and we can get some defense. That's the thing our build's really been lacking. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up the restorative, put it on the Tortuga. And now this will heal us as it triggers, which it should trigger fairly quickly. All right, on to the next fight. Forgot to look at the recap there. That's a mistake. Okay, and now you see the level difference the other way, where we are over leveled against our opponent. And even with a good freeze, we still beat them pretty easily. That was a great freeze from that Frostfire. Now they are making a mistake by not putting this depth charge next to the Yeti Crab. I'm not sure why they decided to do it that way. These two items work very well together. Far better than these two do. So they really should have had that next to there. Just something to pay attention to in your builds. Alright, we'll go ahead and take a look at Ayla, see if she might have a Tortuga upgrade for us. Fortunately, nothing there. I am going to go ahead and sell this stuff off, make room with the shovel here. Alright, we'll pick up an upgrade on a narwhal. Not really useful, but we'll take it. Okay, so we have a couple options. Right now we're at 4 prestige. Once you run out of prestige, you get a second life, basically. You get to choose some second life options. Unfortunately, I think you will see that on this run. But prestige is basically your health total. But once you run out, you die, you lose the round. That's it. That's as far as you go. So with Deborah here, we can actually make this selection for 6. 2 prestige for each time we lost a fight. We've lost 3 fights at this point. So we can get 6 to add to our 4, which would give us 10, so meaning that even if we lose the fight here on day 9, it won't trigger that revive. But I am going to go ahead and take that. I'm also going to take on the Foundation Revenant. Pretty easy fight for a diamond tier fight, and there's something like exposing toxins is great for us. So it can definitely be a useful fight. If nothing else, it gives us an additional experience, which that's what we're looking for. All right, just pick up bandages here. We'll go ahead and see what kind of Vanessa skills we can pick up. Aquatic items have 20 additional damage. That's not nothing, but I don't know that it's the best option. So the first 4 times we use a weapon each fight, we charge an item. Again, we want to be fast. That's really what we're looking for, so we'll take that. Now we can improve our burn items. Let's go ahead and do that. And in this case, we can actually enchant our pesky Pete here. I think we will go ahead and do that. Looks like he picked up Radiant. Not the best enchant for him, but still an enchant. Enchantments are fairly rare in the game. As you can see, I've got 2 here now. If I lose, chances are I'm also going to pick up a 3rd. Right, and we pick up a pesky Pete upgrade. Very nice. Right. Got plenty of room here because this only provides a small item. Go ahead and get into our day 9 fight, looking at a level 11 with 5 wins. All right. We're pretty evenly matched looking at these numbers, and now looking here, this fight can be challenging because of the amount of shield they're going to have. This is where having the poison is advantageous because poison ignores the shield. But in this case, it looks like we can just get through both. It'll take a moment, but there's our win. Beautiful. There's 6 wins for us now. All right. Now on to day 10. This is where we're definitely into the late game now, and we're gonna start to see some real struggles. Thankfully, we pick up a Tortuga upgrade. As you can see, it lowers the cooldown of Tortuga by 2 full seconds and doubles the damage. So quite a huge upgrade. So we'll go ahead and sell off a couple things here. Oh, Dustin, hey, thanks for the sub, man. All right, sell that off. Get some gold here. All right, we'll roll, see if we can pick up some additional upgrades here. Unfortunately not. Here's that orange Julian I was talking about earlier, how we were buying and selling the chum to gain damage on something like this. Unfortunately, in our build, don't think that we can take advantage of an orange Julian, but it doesn't hurt us to at least try for it. Okay, nothing useful here. We'll go ahead and re-roll. And unfortunately, we strike out on Andy there. No big deal. Now, if we can get this skill from Trash Titan, it would really push us into that 10-win category. This guy here, Juggler. So whenever you use a small item, you charge a large item. Of course, you know, we're running this large item here. And we have all of these small items triggering very quickly.
Was that even a battle? Maybe a skirmish.
Just a moment here.
Rally men!
Okay.
Blades to the wind!
And we can take 8 gold, which is definitely decent. We can look at a gold tier item. I think in this case, we're better off just taking that 8 gold here, though. All right, so our options are either improve our offensive items a little bit, pick up a random small weapon, or we can look at ammo items. This is sort of like the guarantee benefit, though it's minor. This could give us an opportunity to get an upgrade on dive weights, which would go a long way. But I don't know exactly how useful that would be, unfortunately. Let's see here. I think in this situation, we go ahead and just take the small incremental advantage. We'll just go and grab that there. 10 damage, 2 poison. I think I'm gonna go with the 2 poison. The burn's not really useful to us. Only because Pesky Pete's really here just to get the Zorcid firing off faster, and then of course the Tortuga. All right, we're not really looking for an upgrade on Ayla. The only weapon we would be upgrading is Narwhal, and the only upgrade on Narwhal is damage, so not really useful. We'll just take the Sharpening Stone again, just trying to take small little incremental advantages. If we pick up, you know, a little bit of benefit every time, then we really improve our odds of a win here. So now we're taking on a 7-win Karnok. Karnoks are real strong. This doesn't look like a meta build. And it certainly is not a meta build. Very interesting. So they are running lifting stones, however, which is probably the most meta item they have. Ooh, that was a close one. Darn it. Just got us. All right, so here's where we're going to go into that second chance mode here. And we will go ahead and pick up an enchantment. I could go this route and over level. I do think the enchantment's going to be slightly more useful. Yeah, I think we'll take the slow. We'll put slow on the dive weights here. Slow down our opponent's board. That's, you know, a roundabout way of saying that we're speeding up our board. Okay, we'll go visit Andy, see if we can pick up some upgrades here. Fortunately, don't see any there. Hmm. I am considering pulling out the Yeti crab or the Aluzo ray. Go more on the friend's speed rather than building up the catfish. While we were definitely interested in catfish as our main source of damage early, I think our Tortuga is really our main source of damage now. So I am going to go ahead and make that transition. Go ahead and reroll on Andy here. Hope to pick up an upgrade. I mean, small upgrade on Narwhal. And again, it's free to purchase the chum, so I always purchase it. And can't ever pass on Hattie here. Hattie's just a fun event to run into. Looks like we're going to get some gold. I believe it's 20 gold always. Yep, like it. Looks like I missed a notification. Trend, it looks like you subbed. Thank you for subbing. Over on the YouTube side. Let's go over to Orland, pick up a skill here, hopefully pick up something useful. And we crit. Alright. We are going to look to reverse this build here. And the reason we're doing that is we could pick up Ride Eye, get 24 crit chance on our Tortuga, and crits will double. So when we're looking at 900, that'll give us 1800 damage and healing. We'll take the Ride Eye, go that route. Now, if we pick up this skill, it'll also double again. So in some situations, we could even potentially be looking at a one-shot with a Tortuga, which would be fantastic. Fortunately, just pick up a magic carpet. That's all right. Okay, now we are financially in a position where we can afford to go for the gumballs here. The one strikeout would be any of the shield gumballs. Hopefully we don't see many of those. Unfortunately, pick up 2. And none on this one. So this one gives crit chance. This one gives additional health. This one gives 1 weapon damage. And then the yellow one gives 1 shield, which we don't have any shield. Now I'm going to look to high roll on Shrouded Figure, hoping to get experience and get 3 experience. Just pick up the 2. If I picked up a 3rd there, we actually could level up before this fight and be over by 2 levels here. Just miss it.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on the
Oh, and I forgot to look at what we had here. That's all right. We're on a 5-win Karnak, level 12, so we are over leveled and we have more wins, so generally that's a good sign that we're going to do well here. And in fact, we do. Beautiful. We pick up our 7th win. That's a big milestone. You know, the dream is always to pick up 10 wins, but sometimes you don't quite get the pieces you need to get there. All right, I think I'm actually going to go for a diamond skill here just to pick up as much use as possible. Let's see, first time, 10 times we crit, charge an item. That's speed, 40 damage. Now that's much more interesting than before when we were looking at it at 20. Though I don't know that 40 is quite enough to really go for. I think we're a bit more interested in the crit charge. I'm actually going to re-roll here. Really looking to high roll it. Okay, first time an enemy falls below half health each fight, your item cooldowns are halved. So that's incredible. Being able to reduce this, down sub 5 seconds is just an insane talent. All right. With Kino, we could be looking at several different upgrades. So go ahead and go with her. I am going to take the upgrade on the Yeti Crab just in case I decide to put him back in. Then we'll go ahead and go to Goldie. Find an upgrade here. Here's that flagship I was talking about at the beginning of the stream. Card table could be useful, but unfortunately we just have too many friends. Card table is actually a great one to run with flagship because flagship wants you to run a friend, but you usually only run one. And then this allows you to get multicast on that one friend that you do have. Go ahead and head on. Now, normally I would want to go to Void Colossus, but I am considering Lord of the Wastes. Really what it comes down to is Lord of the Wastes has a better talent for us, but Void Colossus, if we beat it, will actually allow us to overlevel again. So those are the two things I'm considering is, do we want a chance at a better talent, or do we want to try and beat this to overlevel again, get to that level 15 or 16 rather. I think I am going to go for that here. We do win pretty quickly. Beautiful. Okay, so now when we burn haste, that's a great skill for us. Great pickup. Flying items really aren't useful to us. This shield could be useful, but considering we're still looking at 3 more wins, I want to get stronger rather than look to win that one fight right now. Karnak doesn't have any items that we would be interested in. So I'm going to go to Bex, and I'll go ahead and spend the 5 gold to gamble here. And it looks like we get it. We get 10 gold. We get 5 gold back and an XP, which is great. And we also pick up heirloom. Okay, so we're on 15 now. So we could go diamond tier item, which could be literally anything, or I can go loot item, which almost certainly will be useful. And while it's not useful to what's on the board currently, I can throw Yeti Crab down there, get a half second duration increase. Go ahead and take that. All right, again, we're going to go Shrouded Figure, trying to level up more. I'm going to guess right. Do again, not bad. Okay, sell that real quick. All right, and looking at a 9-win Vanessa with level 14. So we are a level ahead of them, but they have more wins, which tells me they were able to flesh out their build a little bit faster than us. But we have 1,000 more health than them, so hopefully that's enough to get us to the win. They're running a kind of oddball haste fly build. We'll see if it's good enough. Doesn't look like it is. Beautiful. So that's 8 wins now. Okay, so again, we're not really interested in any medium items. 5 gold really just isn't going to do much for us when we have as much as we do. But what is interesting, we can go here hoping to pick up the friend and add friend to our dive weights here. If we get that, that'll really kind of solidify this build. Don't see it here, so let's go ahead and roll, and there it is. Beautiful. Pick up friend on that. So now when this goes off, which it goes off quite a lot, it'll also trigger our Tortuga a lot more. Go ahead and head to Andy, hoping to pick up an upgrade. We don't see it there. Let's re-roll, and still no luck. Okay, but we can do an upgrade here, which I think we will take an upgrade. Boy, it's hard to pass on a gold skill. Gold skills can go a long way. Let's go there. Yeah, picking up good chance to be very useful for us. Boy, all three of these are actually pretty solid. I think considering we're trying to do a haste crit sort of, and I think we'll go ahead and take the crit chance. I don't know if that's the right call or not, but we'll definitely go. I really want to pick up the skill here. This skill almost certainly solidifies his 10 wins. Nothing out of the egg. Put an ectoplasm. Okay. Literally nothing useful here. We could take 320 health. Yeah, I think that's actually the best call for it. Just go ahead and take that. We can go to Colt and see if we can pick up dive weights from Colt here. Fortunately, we don't. Taking a quick peek at what we have in our inventory. We're on a level 15 with 6 wins. Okay. She has died already. As you can see, her prestige bar was empty. Alright, so we have about 1,000 more health. And I would say, based off the initial impression of this, strong item here. Putting out a lot of burn, as you can see. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, that was a good one with the serving platter. Very cool build. I actually like this build. It is a meta build. Minus the spatula. It is very cool. Unfortunately, we end on 8. That's not a big deal, though. Kind of fun to go into the friend build. I don't seem to get that one nearly as often as I would like. Right, we'll go ahead and take another run at Vanessa here. All right. I think I'm actually going to start off by going here to this special event to pick up a silver weapon or apparel. Like we pick up some bear claws. Not great. We'll go to the Lost Crate and pick up a medium item as well. And really this doesn't do a whole lot. I think we are going to go Fanged Inglet here. Hoping to pick up the Deadly Eye Talent or a Fang. Now with the first two events we didn't spend any money, so lets us keep all 15 gold for the last two. Which means we can be a lot more aggressive in our spending. And Life Preserver is an interesting item to have in the beginning. It almost gives you a second health bar in a fight. Okay, we pick up a Fang. So right now we're looking at a weapon build. Go ahead and pick up a revolver to keep that theme of a fast weapon. Go ahead and roll. There's another fast weapon for us. And I'm just considering Pet Rock for the crit chance. I don't think I want to go that route right now. Gaining the rage skill is very interesting, especially this early. I just don't know how well we're going to take advantage of it later. I think I'd rather just take the enchanted item. It's really hard to pass on an enchanted item with Vanessa. We'll go with a grape shot here. Now we'll go to Colt. And the hope is to roll here and pick up a ramrod. Don't get the ramrod. That's okay though, because we do pick up a powder horn, which is almost as good. And in this case, I actually want to take the cannon as well. Or, perhaps just going this route is enough. I suppose this is likely enough damage here. But I really do like the cannon, so I think I am going to still go for it. Kill those off. Take the cannon. And I'm going to swap these so that I can get these burn items triggered together and hope to get that cascading burn effect. Okay, day one pig. We've got a lot of damage. We're pretty fast, and day one pigs generally are too slow to keep up with a build like this. This should be a pretty easy day one win. They do have a lot of shield to counter our burn. That was too much shield for us. I spoke too soon about this being an easy win. All right. Hope to do better here on day two now. We don't have any items to trigger a special event with the furry creature, so we'll just look at Kev's armory, see what he has here for us. Something like wetware could be quite useful as a form of defense early, so go ahead and pick it up. See if Ayla has an upgrade to our weapons here. Fortunately, see nothing here. I'm gonna actually roll. Okay, very nice. Cannon upgrade.
And when you carry my weapon, I fight alongside you.
I'm considering picking up the shovel as a form of economy. Don't want to sell off that wetware we just pulled off. Take the easy win here. Go. I suppose that's a big thing that hurt us is not having any way to reload this double barrel against that last fight. Go into Colt here. Rifle is an excellent item. I think we are going to go ahead and take the rifle here. Hoping to pick up like a ramrod or something to that effect. Fortunately, we have no money,
Full kingdom.
and we don't hit the weapon with the ammo item. Made. Not terrible. Wetware, revolver, grenade. Probably the best we can do. Fortunately, this is a trigger once, and that's not going to do a whole heck of a lot, but what we got here. Go in, hoping to pick up a good medium item. Uh, that might be better later if we have something that slows. All right. Now I'm not so sure about the big fights here. We'll see what this one looks like. Okay, this one has a lot less defense. Hopefully we can get through this one. Looking pretty good. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and take a upgrade on a bronze tier item. We'll go ahead and upgrade our wetware and keep that defense up. And we'll go ahead and visit Mattel.
I want what's right for you.
Fortunately, we're in a position where we just need more items. Better items, rather. Really need a ramrod. I think I'm going to take an upgrade on a double barrel right now.
You might try JJ's shop. Real friendly guy.
Go ahead and go to the product demonstration. He has a talent here. When we run out of ammo, we can charge the items adjacent to it, which would do really well with something like grape shot and the grenade.
I could lose my job over this. Wait.
Even picking up something like the gunpowder would be really useful. Hit the eject button. Right. Go to Midsworth. Try and sell off some of this stuff here. Sell off the double barrel and the bludgeon. And I think I'm going to take this lighter just to work with the burn that we have on the board currently. Throw that on in there. Take an upgrade on a bronze item. Go ahead and upgrade our grape shot. Oh, we've got quite a bit of burn. We'll see if Ayla can help us out here. Get a bit more damage and burn. Very nice.
Make me proud.
And we'll go ahead and roll here. We don't hit anything great, but I will go ahead and take the colas.
Newful teaches stillness. I prefer action.
Do a day 3 fight against a Mac. Has 2
I may
wins.
be young for a
So with
captain,
2 wins
but I
early
see
on a
the
Mac,
future
that's
so
most
bright.
likely a crit build
We are finished. May I dissect you for study?
or a burn build. Okay, that was... I should have finished my... Facing a burn build here. Hopefully we're fast enough to take it out.
If you think you've
And
heard my
indeed we are.
feelings,
Very
I
nice.
assure you I have none.
Okay. Definitely hoping to hit something like a Star Chart or an Astrolabe now. Get ready for that day 4 event.
Huge. All about moderation.
Want anything here? Roll. Really want anything either.
Every item
Definitely.
finds its buyer.
Yeah, we miss out on our opportunity with the docks this day. So useful here. Go ahead and roll. A little desperate. Go ahead and buy this and sell it. Take the upgrade on the revolver just to get a little extra damage in now. We have very little defense, so trying to take on the flame juggler is just going to be a quick boss. I think we'll just take on the wild boar now.
Waste of gunpowder.
Wouldn't take a cinders. It's burn on an item.
Oh, sure. I can help you, but you have to trust me.
Okay, flashpoint fuse is really useful for this build, so we're going to go ahead and take that.
There are a
More
lot of
burn in
things
here.
staircase,
All three of those were
but it's
great
very
options.
useful up there.
I think we're a bit low on gold, so I'm going to risk it here. Another fight, fantastic. So even though we didn't get the star chart or the astrolabe, we get an extra fight in now, so that sort of makes up for that.
I meant you no harm. Please understand.
We've got a ton of burn now, so definitely feeling a lot stronger here.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobodies.
I must warn you, I am more than I appear.
Good amount of defense and burn on this build, so
I'm sorry.
holy smokes. The fact that they've got 14 burn on their Firefly, pretty wild. Another tough loss for us there. I'm going to take another risk on the mountain pass here. Another fight, man. This will be kind of a tougher fight, but I feel confident that we can still win it. In fact, that was even easier than I thought. Very nice.
Was that even a battle? Maybe a skirmish.
That's a good econ item to help us get some more gold. Fortunately, that's not very useful. We can go loot item. I think I'm going to take the silver tier item, hoping... Oh, nice. And look at that. We get rewarded for that. Me? Getting to go to the docks, pick up some extra XP and gold. And now I think we'll go ahead and take on the envoy. Easy win there. Really hoping to pick up vengeance here. Though really we can make just about anything work. Okay. Go ahead and put that in here. Considering we're doing pretty well on our gold, I'm going to hold off on this crypto, hoping that we can get a little bit more out of it.
Discounts for peace.
Go ahead and sell this grenade off. Buy this chum. Again, love buying chum. Just free money later. There is a consideration to run the weather glass. However, the only thing that we're holding currently is burn. No poison, slow, or freeze, so I'm going to hold off on that now. Talents could be useful, but I think we need items a bit more. Go to Barcoon.
Small things?
And now we're actually making 2 gold off that chum that we just purchased.
So tight.
Cool here. Quite useful. Sell off some items.
Oh, it's like the baby birds that nested in my mother.
Advantage that extra gold we get from Barcoon for each small
This is
item.
how you win a war.
Good chance is great. Additional ammo is also take the crit.
Thanks for trusting.
Good chance is always nice,
I hope we can do this again.
especially with the added burn we're going to be getting here.
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist. I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
And as you can see, we're already over leveled, but they're dealing a ton of damage.
You
Holy smokes, that
follow
was fast.
order. I
They've got some
know the
fast
way.
weapons, lots of damage. Still struggling here. Go to the docks again. Go, hoping to pick up some useful here. Something real useful here. Yeah, but feel like we should be fast enough to take on the dire mosquito here. Fantastic. Good job. Okay. Neurotoxin, unfortunately, is not very useful for us. Visit JJ here now. Nothing useful for us. Pass on those items. See what we can get for burn here. Looks like we can get an upgrade on the flashpoint fuse. That's great. Go ahead and pick up a small burn item. Upgrade on a lighter. That's nice, but not nearly as nice with the flashpoint fuse. Okay. Free win Mac. I really feel like we should be doing better than 2 wins. Hopefully we can pick up something better here now. Oof, they've got a completed Eternal Torch. That's real tough. Oh, okay, so we got a tie. First time tonight we've got a tie. Those that haven't seen this, ties count as wins. Alright, we'll take a skill upgrade. We'll double our crit chance. Very nice. Okay. Nothing here is really looking useful, but we'll see what kind of tech items we can pick up. Now, Atomic Clock on a Vanessa build can be really nasty, especially with something like a Powder Horn. Or some way to reload it. Vanessa has plenty of ways to reload ammo items, so I think I am going to take that. Go ahead and roll, see what else we might find here. I think it's time to just abandon this rifle. Go ahead and get rid of the neurotoxin room. And I'm going to go ahead and take this delivery drone, hoping that it'll deliver us some cinders. Do the ghost pepper now.
But get those sweet and
Definitely don't think we're strong enough to take on the Phoenix or the Radiant Corsair.
Oh, fine. Put some mayonnaise on your food.
We end on 16%. Wow, not nearly as good as I would have thought.
Reward the peaceful, punish the...
You know, will help us out here. Dive weights certainly can be useful. I think I will run the dive weights over that there. Next to our wetware, get a cooldown reduction. To see, we do have 2 tools we could put hot sauce in. Might run that over, yeah, and there. That. Get more burn. The burn's really where our damage is coming from. This is not necessarily slow, but it might be a bit too slow for what we're trying to do.
Let's take a tyrant's whole kingdom!
A gold tier item. Hope to high roll here. Unfortunately, get anything useful. Go to the mountain path the 3rd time. Get a random item. Shove. Not bad. I will go ahead and take 18 on a 20 max. Go. Invested in crypto. Paid off for us. Now that we're finishing day 7, we can go ahead and sell that star chart again. Do that. Have the shovel. Now we've got 2. We've got a loot item, which is always small, and then a small item from any hero coming in. Turn at a 4-win dually, level 8, so we are a level ahead. Don't know if this is the right decision. I think it is.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobodies.
Getting the multiplier on that with something like the fuse here really amplifies the amount of burn we're doing. Boy, tough. That is a real tough build to have to face, to go icy brick buddy with mech moles and DJ. Definitely running into some tough ghosts here. For those that might not be familiar with the way this game works, it's an asynchronous auto battler, meaning that I am facing a real person's build, but they've already long gone. So just like I was facing someone else's build, someone will have to face my build at some point as well. Now we pick up a ramrod, which is one of many ways that we can reload. So I think I'm actually going to give up on this wetware now. I don't know that I want to sell it necessarily, but we're going to swap that out. And then we're going to take out the powder horn. And in this case, probably also going to take out... Boy, that's a tough call. I think we take out the lighter here. Put the ramrod in next to the atomic clock. And the idea here now is that we're going to reload this thing every 3 seconds. Reload 2 ammo every 3 seconds and just slow down our opponent's board so much so that they can't do anything. And then utilize something like the hot sauce and the grape shot and the cannon to really finish them off. What I'm staring at and considering here is actually taking out the cannon for the fire claw, and then just reloading the revolver. I think that actually might be better in this situation. Go ahead and re-roll, see what else we get here. Wow, we can already get to a diamond cannon. Very interesting. And while that is nice, I think with the fuse, it actually is less useful. So we'll just pretend that that cannon doesn't exist. Take a look here and see what we can find. Go ahead and make room. I'm gonna get rid of this wetware. Buy the gold bar just because it's a free purchase. Have the old sword here. More damage out of that. Cinders is free burn. Roll here. Definitely. Go back. That is very nice with the dive weights. Way to take advantage of that. We can take this guy here, get a little bit more damage. Really should have probably put it on the grape shop. We're here now. Now we'll go ahead and take the clockwork blades, things up a little bit. I'm gonna actually sell this powder horn. The reason I'm selling this powder horn now is I'm hoping to find a better one later, or, you know, at the very least, maybe just find a different way to reload that's better. Go ahead and fight Dr. Vortex now. Got quite a bit of burn on there. Very nice. Unfortunately, all we're doing is burning, none of these other options here, but you know, getting at least one charge is not bad. Right. See what we get on the atomic clock with something like Aussie. Get 2. Restorative would give us 25. Not great. I think I'm gonna actually take I think restorative on the hot sauce is our best option here. Just because we're going to scale up our burn on this, and just like we are with the fire cloth, we'll get some heals in there. So again, XP is always nice. I don't know that we necessarily want that XP. I think we're just looking for some upgrades here. So we're going to take a look at what Andy has for us. Fortunately, it doesn't have anything really useful. Move on. See what kind of tools we might be able to find here. Getting an upgrade on a lighter really just isn't very useful, though it doesn't cost much relative to the gold we have, so we'll go ahead and take it. And we'll roll. Star chart's no longer useful to us. Go ahead and pass on these items now. The 4-win Mac on level 9. Still gonna be a tough fight for us.
Go ahead, underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
If you knew my true purpose, you would stand aside.
I would assume this is candles here. Indeed it is. They're just looking to use their small items as quickly as possible. Really juice this candles, and I just think we kind of hard counter his build with the atomic clock, so very nice win. Go ahead and take the bounty hunter fight. Really hoping to pick up that wanted poster. Ambush could also be useful. Okay, we do pick up the ambush. Very nice. Go ahead and go with more burn skills. And we will certainly take the freeze on burn. It's really slowing down our opponents. Good chance just isn't that useful with this build. Go ahead and roll here. I don't know that Julian's going to be worthwhile either. Really leaning heavy into the burn, so I think we're just going to ignore anything that has to do with damage. Need to hit the sniper rifle, otherwise we're in real trouble here. Oof, we just get there. Holy smokes. Right. Some room for that. Love to see some good crit items here. Nothing useful there. Let's go ahead and roll. Again, don't see anything useful here. Alright, let's see what JJ has for us. Oh, slow items. Really not what we're looking for. We're looking for anything that helps with burn and crit. This could be useful. Just don't see how we make that fit. We're taking advantage of the atomic clock slowing everything down on our opponent's end. I mean, heaven forbid we face a one weapon build, they'd be in real trouble.
My fight isn't with you. I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of
Okay. Got the level on them. You know, they have 4 items, so not a bad target for our atomic clock. Very nice. The fewer the items that are triggering, the better that atomic clock gets. Let's see if maybe we can get lucky with a monster skill here. Those aren't really useful. Let's go ahead and roll. Okay, getting haste could be useful. Additionally, getting the cooldown reduction is also quite useful. I think we are going to do the cooldown reduction. Well, this almost does the same thing. I suppose we're in a strong enough position. We can go ahead.
Now this is how you win a war.
Don't know that anything's going to be great for us. The loot item, hope to pick up ascenders or something. Terrible. Here. Go with the sharpening stone. I think I will put a weapon and catch some upgrades.
Go make some more stones.
Bad.
Come back and tell me.
Right. move on now. I should be strong enough to pick on Dualtron. It looks like we get there. Very nice.
See that flank? Walk through it.
Right. We pick up Dualtron. Very interesting. Don't think we're in a position to take advantage of that Dualtron. Kind of cool we picked him up. Now these options really aren't great, so I guess we're just taking this guy here, hoping for the best. And the haste and slow just isn't gonna fit for us. Go ahead and improve our items here. Go ahead and upgrade. Wow. And that effectively doubles the damage of that Fire Claw now. Now we're facing a 4-win Vanessa that's level 11 and has already died. So the fact that she's already died is scary. See what she gets from that. Hopefully they low rolled. Oh, getting a shiny Arbalest is probably not a low roll. We do freeze the water wheel, however. So that buys us some time. Did it buy us enough? It sure did. Oh, thank goodness. That was a little scary. Alright. Got to 6 wins here now. Okay, very nice. Picking up a gunpowder for the dive weights. Wouldn't sell that off now. I'm actually going to take a random encounter here. I'll go for a monster skill. Very nice. Reload and charge 3 ammo. That seems quite nice. Considering we only have 4. Good chance we're going to hit the dive weights there. I'm going to go ahead and take an upgrade on the hot sauce, make it a little bit faster for us. Okay, don't really have a good option for us, so I'm just going to take the free relic. Okay, that can charge our tech items by 1 second. I don't know that we need the atomic clock to go any faster than 1 second. That's the fastest an item can trigger. There's an internal global cooldown of 1 second, so really, unfortunately, not useful here, but I will hang on to it. Alright, let's go ahead and fight Mr. Gibbous here. Right, got a nice clean win there. And fortunately, we don't take advantage of the first half of this, but the second half could be useful. Unfortunately, it's a universal haste. See how that works out. I don't see anything useful there. Let's go and look at some more skills here. Skills are really what we're going for. I think we're going to take another freeze. Again, looking to just slow down our opponents as much as we can. Okay, so we are facing a level 12 Mac that's died on 5 wins. And
I
with
may
them
be young
dying
for a
can be a
captain,
bit
but I've
scary.
seen my share of storms.
You are a child to me, and I will punish you.
Okay. And they are running some only 4 items, but
You are merely a
having the
slave to the man
charge
I
from
was
these
supplying.
double atmospheric samplers quite difficult. Looks like we die there. All right. And in this situation, I think I just want to level some more. However, upgrading everything to gold would also be pretty useful. See what we get from gold upgrade. Let's say I think it's just another ammo, which is useful, but I think we're gonna pass on that. We're gonna go ahead and go for the level up here.
Full sail, my boy!
Diamond tier skill. Removing freeze and slow and cleansing half of burn and poison is quite nice. Very nice skill, very nice defensive skill, especially for a build that doesn't have a ton of defense, so take that. Go ahead and just improve our baseline burn damage here. Does help. See what kind of tools we can pick up now. Very useful. We get to dive weights. That's great. Okay, we'll go ahead and get a diamond tier gunpowder. That's fantastic. The dive weights. Sell this stuff off. Make room. Right, that gets us up to 9 ammo on the dive weights. That's great. Great for us. Unfortunately, we can't take advantage of the skill that the Trash Titan has. I think we're going to just try and kind of swing for the fences here a little bit. A little scary because they can charge. I'm hoping the atomic clock can slow them down enough that we can get the win here. Looks like it does. Very nice. We do have a couple of skills that freeze for us, so see if darn. Unfortunately, we don't have an item to take advantage of that. See what kind of tech items we get. Maybe an upgrade on the atomic clock would be quite nice. Unfortunately, don't pick that up. Go ahead and see what JJ has for us. Take an upgrade on a grape shot. It's a good upgrade. Now I am considering going with Crow's Nest for the crit chance. I don't think it's worthwhile. I think we just stick with this. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this cannon. We're just never gonna see it on the board again. Okay, now we're facing an 8-win Mac, level 14. This is gonna be a much more difficult fight, especially since they haven't died yet. Tells me that they're pretty strong. Don't think we found what we needed to get up to that 7th win, unfortunately. Okay, they're looking to try and get us with a double staff. Oh, that is unfortunate. Almost got the atomic clock to time it out of that crit chance.
All of this is just
Didn't
training.
quite get there.
Our real fight is on Pelago.
Yep, not the best build, but we still ranked up. Shows how difficult those ghosts were. Okay, go ahead and give it another run with Vanessa here. Alright, Valpak's always a nice start. Getting the discounted items is always great. Buy anything that costs 1 because it's free. We can always just sell it back later. And now that we've got the Cove, we can actually sell it back and make money. So I will go ahead and take the Ramrod here. And we can get the Ramrod in with that. And we'll go Narwhal. Unfortunately, we don't have the 1 extra gold. Get the Long John. Okay. We'll move on, see if we can get a friend here. Pesky Pete's not a bad one. Go ahead and take on the Viper now. Hoping to pick up the Viper's talent. Or either Fang, but of course Toxic Fang's slightly better. Okay, and since we do have the Narwhal friend, we'll go ahead and visit the furry monster, hide and seek, talent here. And I do think that getting the damage increase is the way to go with Vanessa, so we'll go that route. What kind of enchanted item we can pick up. A shielded pop snapper is a good pickup with Ramrod. See what Andy might have for us. Go ahead and pick up the ambergris, hoping to use that as an econ item as well. We can get Pesky Pete in just to help with the Cascade of the Burn there. Got 2 gold sitting on our inventory. Yeah, I just don't think we need to touch any of that stuff, so we'll just move on. Go ahead and take on another Vanessa. Okay, and their build definitely looks a bit lacking. The one thing they do have going for them is the silver wetware. I think we can push through that. Oh, I stand corrected. Silver wetware is awfully strong. They are done with their damage, but boy, that's a lot of shield. Unfortunately, just too much shield on a silver wetware on day 1. I am going to take the senders for the pop snappers. Also, effectively improves our defense doing it that way too. We'll go ahead and play hide and seek again. We'll take the panic. Oh wait, at the very least we can charge our ammo items there. I think we have enough damage that we could take on the other right. Keep her health total low enough. Plus we have the shield. Take on the bit of damage that she does. Should be able to win this. Yeah, sure would be nice to see a bit more burn here. Kind of regretting not picking up that burn talent, but still think that we made the right choice. Okay, we get there. Okay, and we're gonna get a good boost to our defense there. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this pearl because with the cove it's free, but with the ambergris we actually make a gold. And I can basically do the same thing with the pet rock, except that we're just breaking even on the rock there. Couldn't buy the catfish. At the very least, we only lose 1 gold on it. With the ambergris, and then we'll take the mantis shrimp, and again we're making gold buying those items. I am gonna buy the shuriken.
How you win a war.
We might go an ammo build, so going with shuriken could go well for us. So now I'm looking at either 4 gold or a weapon. I think I'll take the weapon. Okay. We do get another friend for our pesky Pete. And now we'll go for either a weapon or weapon or apparel. I think it's good to have a guy in here and then throw the scrap on there. Good defense. We've got good economy going. Not the strongest board, but I think we can do decent.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Milano. I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of stores.
Okay, looks like they're going the route of more friends and trying to really haste the catfish like we were on our first run there. See how well it works out. Dealing with their lack of defense.
All cannon,
No,
ball.
got just enough. Darn it. It is unfortunate for us. Okay. See what Ayla has for us. Pick up a Zor, Sid. I don't think we need more economy there, so let's go ahead and just roll. See what we might pick up. And now I do prefer run the rifle here, so I don't think I want to get rid of the slingshot quite yet in case we go that ammo build still. So let's just get rid of these items. Make room to move those up. We'll take the rifle, put it in ramrod.
And when you carry my weapon, I fight alongside you.
I'd love to see some upgrades to these items here. Okay, so we pick up the chum. Gotta make some room here. I think we can let the bolus go, and we can let the shurikens go. Again, chum's my favorite item to purchase on Vanessa. Then we can just turn around and sell it, and we just made, we profited a total of 3 gold on that. Profiting 2 more gold there. Alright, we'll go ahead and face the Tempest Bravo, hoping to pick up his burn crit skill or one of these fiery cutlasses. Very nice. Yeah, definitely feeling a lot stronger with the rifle plus ramrod. Thunder is very nice. Okay, so we'll go ahead and take an upgrade on the rifle. Now when we level up, we'll be able to take an upgrade. And in this case, I'm actually thinking we're going to take an upgrade on the pop snappers. Don't so much need additional crit chance here. want to try and increase our burn as well as increase our defense. I'm gonna go ahead and put the Zorsid mid here. I think I'm actually gonna put the catfish in. Not the best item to have, but we'll work with it. This could be quite good, considering putting that in now. Take this out, set this aside, and what we'd actually do in this situation is not reload the pop snappers. Just put the, do something like that. And put this guy here. If that's the case, I think what we'll do is just sell the ambergris. Wish we could have afforded it before selling the ambergris, but that's okay. Yeah, don't really want anything there. Now we've got quite a bit of damage. Fortunately, the pop snappers are limited in their ammo. I think that's okay here. I don't think we were looking to go very long term with them anyway. They are just trying to increase their crit chance on their items. You have some burn though. Oh boy, that is unfortunate. Holy smokes. And these hot springs are real difficult to deal with. I think 4 seconds of freeze is just tough. Do kind of... Oh, we picked a new ambergris? Sure. Roll, see what else we might find here. Nothing useful. We'll move on. I'm going to take a risk on the mountain pass. Fight. Very nice.
What's one more scar?
Fortunately, we aren't really using any tools right now, but it might be better later. The heck it does.
Is inefficient. I can fix that. Your settings are incompatible with the Hexa software.
Crypto there, not bad. But we are tempted by the flashpoint fuse again. Boy, I just did not, as strong as this skill is, I just don't know that it's good enough. I think go with the Oceanic Rush, try and speed up our items here. Is it Andy now? Plus we go. By the Yeti Crab. Right on the pesky. I don't know why I'm just feeling really out of sync with this character right now. This is a neutral purchase. Submarine might be worth picking up just to potentially build around later. Sell that. Pick it up. Okay. Got a 1-win Mac here.
We're out to dethrone a
Hopefully we
king,
can pick up a
not
win
to
now.
squabble with nobodies.
Looking like we'll get there. Very nice. Finally pick up a win. Not a great start for Vanessa. Picking up your first win on day 4 is not the way you want to do it, but hopefully we can turn things around. But Ayla has. Jet bike is a very interesting item. Definitely one that I haven't spent any time building around. Part of the reason why I'm playing Vanessa now is to learn. I'm tempted to just pick it up so that I can learn how to build around it. I think that is the route I'm going to go here. Go ahead and take the 7 gold on that now. Sell the catfish and the slingshot. Sell that off as well. I want to keep that. I think we get rid of the piranha.
Use it well.
Go that route. Put up something like that. That way we have nice fast items next to this, so it charges faster. Marlin. Okay. Now with Marlin, we can give up the ramrod and the rifle.
Enjoy the thrill of battle.
Yeah, definitely missing some pieces here, but I think we can figure it out. Oh boy. Passing on a good build. Submarine, crow's nest, go 1 weapon submarine build. Okay. For that, we'll go ahead and throw the sea shadow in. See how that does. Chances are I'm throwing this run, but we weren't doing real well to begin with. Okay, great picking up Petrifying Gaze. Good defense for us. Aquatic is interesting because that's where some of the flying items come from, like Marlin. I think I'm just going to go with silver tier item. Another path. With friends here. And we're looking for fast items. Trying to trigger this jet bike as quickly as possible.
I miss all
I am tempted to go Orange Julian here. I am going. Okay. See what Valpak has to offer us. Ooh. Okay. I am gonna sell my ambergris first. We buy the chum. Both of those off. Get a cooldown reduction by 1 second and double damage. Okay, nice. Right. Move on now. The jet bike's looking pretty strong now.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms. Like my crew says at the bar, another round.
Very nice. Okay. I think I'm gonna just take the free upgrade. We'll take it on the Sea Shadow here. Don't know of any tools that offer flying. The fact that we still get 7 gold on the borrow is pretty impressive. Didn't have a problem beating the sandwich artist. There is an argument to go with the wolf, but I don't think that that's going to be truly beneficial. Take this. Great options. I'm going to go ahead and roll here. Again, not great options. I'm going to go ahead and take the final flame. What kind of merchants we can run into here? Jules doesn't offer anything flying. Go Midsworth here. See if maybe we can pick another upgrade. Not. Sell that off and we can buy the ambergris. Make a gold off of that. Oh. Anything useful there, unfortunately. Let's check out the mountain pass. Beautiful. Another fight. Really trying to work to get that bonus level or the over level. Didn't get the astrolabe or the star chart to help us with that, so we've got to figure out other ways to. Sorry about that. Okay. Fighting Estelle with 2 wins. Oof. Tough fight. Can we get there? We can. Very nice. Just before their air pressure rifle goes off again. Right. Take a weapon skill. Could go for a crit chance. Could also try and get some more health. We go for the health opportunity. See what Andy has for us. Nothing useful there. And of the ambergris, so we can roll that for another bonus gold. What kind of tech items we might find? Hopefully something that'll help with fight.
Their users.
With flight. Don't know if we're quite good enough to beat the Annex Trooper before his gun goes off, and he's such a high roller. I think we're just gonna hold off and go for the Wild Man.
Head down the highway side, cold wind, but it feels right. With you, I'm heavy breathing. Feels like I'm lucid dreaming. I'm not usually the
Okay, pick up bagpipes. Unfortunately, not useful for us. I think I'm gonna go aerodrome. See if we can maybe find something better. Okay. Look at tech items again. This will help with flight. I don't know that that's really what we're looking for, so let's roll. And having another large item, that could be quite nice. I will hold off. And going for that fourth win here, don't think I see any value in getting apparel or any random. And we could go for a random weapon, I suppose, just for the 20 health. Might just want to take this 800. Yeah, actually, we'll try and help out our future here. Going up against a 5-win pig. Square build. Okay, solid square build too. And they're over leveled. This is scary. Okay. Talent comes in useful. Hopefully finish him off. Beautiful. Just before. Perfect timing on those. Rage could be quite interesting. I think I'd rather take the gold though. Especially if we are going to end up going Orange Julian. Taking the gold is going to be much more useful here. Roll. Let's see the value of those. Go ahead and see what Mattel has for us. Perfect timing on the astrolabe. Right. Go ahead and just pass here. On. I think we can beat the Burninator bot. Go for it. Perfect. Kind of skills we can pick up. Take the what kind of weapons we can pick up. Love to see a jet bike upgrade again.
I prefer action.
I got excited when I saw the gold large item, darn it. Don't know that these are... We're looking. Could move on. Room here. Not necessarily needed. I think it was just kind of an OCD move there to clear that out. Doesn't look terribly strong. Hopefully we are strong enough to win this. They do have good defense. Yeah, in fact, it looks like their defense is just going to be enough, darn it. These furs are doing an awful lot of work with the sexy pants. That's too bad.
You can keep your skin. I don't wanna say anything, cause if I do, I might say the wrong words.
Rally men, race to the wind.
So I'll keep my mouth shut and not listen. Afraid I lose you if I didn't. Till we find what
Go ahead and take burn on this. Normally I like to put defense on offense and offense on defense, but didn't get that option here, so take what we can get. And he has for us. Sadly, nothing useful there. 25 crit chance could go a long way for us. I think I'm going to give up the sea shadow for it. That gives us room to get something else in now. Move this on over, do it this way. The Quicksilk can help us out here. I'll go ahead and take that for the well, increased haste here. Yeah. Really love to see a rowboat. A rowboat would go a long way for us. Go ahead and visit the Blood Reef Captain here. Hope we pick up something like Full Arsenal would be nice. We can maybe make heavy firepower work. Captain's Wheel could be useful. Pop Snappers upgrade, sure. Okay. Would just take an item here. Cutlass. Good one. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put the cutlass in here.
Come on in. Let's chat.
There, let's go reroll. I'll go ahead and sell this stuff off, make room. Go ahead and grab this disguise. We break even on the disguise purchase, but we make 2 gold thanks to the cove. What are we at? 6 prestige. Okay. Like Should be a tough fight for us.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobodies.
I will leave you alive to learn the lesson.
Fortunately, they have a library. That itself is kind of a counter to our build.
I am seeking gold in a world of lead.
Right. Go ahead and enchantment here, hoping for defense. Don't get it. Guess we'll take the slow on the dive weights. Sort of a form of defense, slowing down our opponent.
The tyrant's whole kingdom!
Now we could potentially pick up advantage here. Like we can get some crit chance on that. Be nice.
Bring others into the long time.
See what Kina has for us. Hopefully something useful. There's the rowboat. Very nice. Very, very nice. Trying to decide what would be best to give up. Don't really want to get rid of the Marlin just because we want stuff to fly. I think we need to give up Pop Snappers and the Corzina Crest. Throw the rowboat in and put Cutlass next to that now. Now, if we go with something like Swashbuckle, that actually could be quite nice. Especially on the Marlin. Let's do that. Oh.
Must be a hole in my coin purse.
Sell off the ambergris. Take a look and see what Andy has for us. Useful there. We'll go ahead and roll. Again, nothing useful. Apparently.
Window shoppers.
Take on effects here. This Marlin's going to get really powerful now with the Swashbuckle. Just need to get stuff flying here. Okay, now we get some more crit chance. Dive weights, very nice. Here's some defense, fantastic. Okay, put that on the Marlin. Now our build's looking much, much better. Go ahead and take the health here. Hopefully it's not too late. Got a win here.
It makes this more fun.
I have faced 82 foes exactly like you. People are a pattern.
Pretty strong build we're facing.
I could teach
Ah, son of a gun.
but you would squander it.
So close. Okay, some cool things to learn. Rowboat's really useful. Marlin plus Swashbuckle can be quite nice. Jet bike can be good. I just don't think we did it the right way.
To the tides and listen
We lost a little, so again, those are some tough ghosts. Alright. Go ahead and take the coral armor and the beach ball. Try and build up that coral armor. I'll hold off on rolling though. Let's see what kind of friend we get. Most likely it's going to be an aquatic. Nice. We'll take everything out and face the Kyber drone. Now the interesting thing about Kyber drone is if you have anything on the board that has a cooldown, you're almost certainly going to lose unless you have good items. But if you just empty your board, it's a free win, Kyber. Insect wing, not bad. Alright, let's see what Andy has for us. Pick up a bunch more aquatic items. Very nice. Go ahead and just move on. Free item here. And not great. We'll take the powder horn. Hoping to pick up something like a rifle. And there's the rifle. Very nice. Okay. We're definitely going to want the coral armor in. And we'll take the rifle here. Not certain what we want our last item to be on the board. I suppose it could just be coral. I am going to go ahead and sell this mantis shrimp. And pick up the shark claws as well. This is a little bit more healing, a little bit more shielding, and later on we can run it with the rifle. Okay, so pretty strong bladed armor with the rune bracelet. Especially a heavy rune bracelet. Looks like the coral armor should give us enough. Very nice. Very nice. Put a Midsworth here. Go ahead and take an upgrade on Coral. Buy the Chum. Again, free. In this case, also upgrading our defensive items here. Go ahead and just take an item or a weapon or apparel here. Useful, unfortunately. I think we just stick with what we have on board. Go after the Covetous Thief. Nice thing about Covetous Thief is the only thing that's really bad is a concealed dagger. Everything else can be usable. Might even find a way to get some use out of the Raven. Shadowed Cloak here. Go ahead and get rid of the bear claws. I don't see us ever wanting to go that route. Alright, let's see what Kina has for us. And take the beach ball upgrade. And sell the cloak. I don't think we're gonna run the Illuso Ray, so we'll let that go. Purchase the pearl, and we'll go ahead and do the life preserver as well. Roll. Take an aquatic item for free here. Narwhal's a good one. Get rid of the pearl. Life. That'll make room for us to pick up Zorsid. Hang on to the Zorsid, as well as the catfish. Toss in the piranha for now. Might be worthwhile to go shark claws, but we only have the rifle and shark claws to upgrade in that scenario, so I think it's just slightly better to run it this way. Maybe not. I will run shark claw. Not sure which way is better, but give it a try here now. Okay. They've got kind of a hodgepodge start-stop build. So we can outpace this. And it looks like we get there just fine. Very nice. As armory has for us. We shall trade. Go ahead and buy another life preserver as well. Want to roll here though. Go for an upgrade on the Speckle. Now we'll go after this. Not sure what we're really looking for. I mean, the temple ticket would be nice, but really looking for anything.
I can't believe it. You're almost as good as Yurden.
Those ribbons in your
Aquatic
hair
items
look like
here.
so cute.
Dog Saloon is a good item. We just don't really have. I take that back. We do have a good amount of friends for. Don't see us really. I mean, the catfish is the only thing that does well with it. Oh, hold on. Go ahead and roll here. The ambergris. Here. That'll be a neutral cup. Drop in. Though they aren't necessarily ideal, they do still work well. Head and do an up around the house. Do you want to sell anything? I take a free medium item. Level, not bad. It's Vanessa with a loss. Hopefully that bodes well for us.
Go ahead, underestimate. It makes this more fun.
build up to deal a bunch of damage. Our coral and our coral armor does the job. Looks to do so.
Toward nobler use.
Very nice. Rifle's really putting in work for us. Glad we didn't move away from it. Once again, we find ourselves without a astrolabe or star chart for the docks. See what JJ has for us here.
Sometimes I sell stuff.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll though. Really pick up useful. Metronome could be amazing with catfish, so we'll hang on to that.
Yeah. Falling into love hurts just as much as falling out of it. But I'll scrape my knees and scar my shins. I hope you never doubted that I'm down for you. Wanna hit the town, make
Alright,
it
let's
loud,
do
be
a
a
quick
clown for your
just
amazing
now.
be a Romeo and Juliet, except
Okay.
without the age difference, and we can
Couple
bring it to death.
upgrades here.
This is love at first sight. There's no doubt in my mind. And darling, forget about the time, cause you're mine.
I'll let the ambergris go. Take the upgrade there. Really hard to move away from that rifle, especially after it just won us that last round so well. I really am interested in this pufferfish. Putting together a good haste build here, so struggling to really let it go.
My day needed. Of course he's gonna hang around for more. It's sort of like a drug. It's addicting.
Just let that go. And we'll let that go. That'll let it by the pufferfish that way. Might actually be slightly better. Set it up this way just so that we can haste this, try and keep pace with. I think in this haste build, I don't actually need that. And while this isn't necessarily useful right now, this could be useful if we can get a gunpowder, give that a second ammo. Now I think we have enough healing and shielding. We can actually take on the flame juggler, though it might be a bit close.
Fire is life, and sometimes the opposite.
Should be just fine. Very nice.
Tide that tide!
Arm stealer then. Moon might for us. Doesn't idea. Go ahead and just move on. Suppose we can see what Mattel has for us now. Star chart. We'll go ahead and pick that. That'll be good for them.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobody.
Looks like they've got Oh wow, double flying fish, Harlan. They they got their stuff flying real fast. And they have a mossy seaweed. Very interesting. Hopefully our rifle can get the work done. Yep. Here's the docks. Manage that hidden vent there for us. And we'll take a fight. Nice. Right. And the only thing real useful for us at this point is the vengeance. But just getting a free fight in is awesome. We'll work with that. Then there's
This is how you win a war.
I'm gonna take the weapon just for the health increase and my rifle. Unfortunately, get bladed boots. That's okay. Now we'll go ahead and take a fight into Mod Squad. Rifle really is putting in a lot of work for us.
As spineless as a jellyfish.
That'll be great if we go the friend route. What Ayla has for us here. Better here, unfortunately.
You'll be back with bruises.
I'm gonna take a skill here. Get purple. Go for another fight here. Are doing pretty well.
Young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
Rifle in the early and mid game really is strong. Carries a lot. Eesh, that was a lot of damage. Holy smokes. First loss. Bukina has. Pick up a crit on that, but I think we're actually going to abandon it now that we have the water wheel. We can go the haste route. Go ahead and use that. Fortunately, we gotta abandon the old rifle. It did work. Carried us through that early game. Going into mid game just can't quite get the job done. So time to move on to mid game build here.
We froze, cold night in the winter, how cold. Sorry that I fall away sometimes. Sorry that I fall away sometimes. Yeah, yeah. The end, got to end it all on the weekend.
Very
Sorry
nice.
that I feel that way sometimes. Sorry that I feel
My
that
friend
way
Multicast
sometimes.
would go.
Oh, yeah. You don't really wanna know me. Hanging in the corner with a nosebleed. High on whatever they sold me. That's the old me, yeah.
Better.
6 years later, trying to find me.
the extract or poison on the pufferfish. Pufferfish is really going to do the majority of the work here. Like we can take on the Infernal here. Boy, this is a start. Once we get going. Very nice. Unfortunately, that talent doesn't really do much for us. Okay. Another star chart upgrade. Doing financially. Look for an upgrade. Very nice. Hope we can pick up win number 4 here. Number 4. And ammo. Decent damage. Yeah. A little too slow on our poison. Go for a gold tier here. I actually want to roll here, so double. Sterling. I'm gonna get an upgrade on this catfish. This is the build we're going with. Another one. And both here. Win for us. Hopefully pick up the ticket here or the lucky clovers also. A lot of good options. Gold catfish.
See that plank? Walk it.
Again. What Barcoon has for thing lighthouse. That's the route we're gonna go here though. Right there. Really want to hang on to the idea is that I'm trying to save the piranhas to try and go pick up some chum and with a bunch of piranhas plus Duga. Boy, we can much better take advantage of the skills we have as well. Just trying to make this work here in the mid game. It has a couple wins. Yes. Your toys aren't going to be any use to Venus. You might have hamburger.
I can feel our energies resonate.
Job. That as well. No longer have it during its day 8. And sell that off. That way we have an opportunity to pick up another chum. That's just kind of what you do, is you keep buying chum and pick up upgrades on piranhas as you can, and eventually you have a bunch of piranhas. You run it with Tortuga. They all charge each other real fast. Very nice.
I love you.
Not even a battle? Maybe a skirmish.
An upgrade on fine with here. Here's the Tortuga. Nice. Wouldn't buy it. Just
Ride that tide!
shield. Not quite ready for Yuga, but we do want to go ahead and give him shields. That'll be quite later.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms. You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on the lago.
Oof, that hurt.
Bravery without strength is a sword without a blade.
Really unfortunate. Another win there.
People
Really need to
Profit
catch some.
10. Do you have to leave
Get on.
already?
Few warriors live to retire. By my weapons, Nuvo teaches
Bucky and
I prefer action.
Yuga upgrade. Would try for eels. Suppose we'll give it a shot here. How we do here? Terrible.
We barely got off last time. More raids, more bounty.
Good self people.
I'm sure you sailors know how to use that.
There.
Everyone
Took
here
some
is
before us.
It's terrifying.
Can't take advantage of the Zorsid, but just buy him. There.
That's how you win a war.
Do what kind of skills we can pick up here. We'll go with that. That could be quite nice, especially against something like Mac. Defeated Mac at that. Yikes, that's real scary. Alright, I suppose we'll see how we do here. Hey, very nice. Go ahead and pick up a small friend here. Hope it's a good one. Not the one we were looking for. Right, see if Cole has a Tortuga upgrade for it. Does not, but he does have an Eels upgrade. Almost as good. Go ahead and take that. No Tortuga. Okay. The right Tortuga himself. Maybe pick up an upgrade that way. We do pick pesky. Go to the artist.
This is my canvas, and the art
Get on the eels here.
and into
Mossy, interesting. Not really where we're going with this, but that's okay. If Goldie has Tortuga upgrade.
My fight isn't with you. But if you insist, you should know I'm a bit of a legend on the line.
Ooh. Good flagship build. Yikes.
No ball.
Too good. That is unfortunate. Very strong build. Alright, I think we're gonna take the over level though.
Rally men, race to the wind. Let's give pirates whole kingdom.
For a gold tier item.
This is why I wear red, so that people won't see.
Alright, hopefully Barcoon can bail us out here. See what JJ has for us. Tortuga upgrade and a chum. Very nice. Very, very nice. This in here. And we're actually going to go ahead and sell that. We'll hold off. Okay. With a skill here. Don't know how useful this is really going to be for us. Good roll. Alright. Yeah, we'll go with that. Go ahead and click on the Crash Titan here, hoping to pick up the Juggler. Nice, quick, easy win. Okay. What Ayla has for us. Useful and for. Don't think Mossy's any use to us. Here. I think what I'd like to do is actually pick up these dive weights, hoping to pick up something, give it like some way to give a friend. Going up against a set pack that died. A little concerning.
We're out to dethrone the king, not to squabble.
Gonna get our own 7 wins here. Let's see what happens. Yeesh. Back of the moose. Left up. Right. So I think that's it with Vanessa for tonight, but I want to go ahead and do one more run here. We'll do a quick Stow run. And when we're done with that, we'll crack our chests open, see what we got. Del's my favorite character by far, so it's always nice to get a little bit of time in with her. Right, so beginning, I usually prefer to go for the tools, but I like to pick up items that'll help us with a fly build later. Aerial turret's always nice to pick up, especially if we can get some Kara to go alongside it. Should have enough damage to take care of the Viper just fine. Very nice. Toxic thing, not bad. What Valpak has for us. Nice tool. Roll here, take an enchanted item. A shielded lightning butterfly will be good later. See what Mattel has for us. Upgrade there. Very nice. So not super strong at this point, but will be strong for sure. The fact that we've already got our ball blaster at silver, fantastic news for us. Facing a day one Vanessa, especially when we see all weapons, almost certainly going to lose this one. But with Stell, she's much more about the late game, so make this work. Again, looking for more here. Mattel has a good tool. Not a good tool, but it is a tool. I'm gonna take it though. I think we're off. Go ahead and take the turret out. Another tool in. Should have enough defense. Take care of the little bit of damage it's gonna eat through, and then push through with our weapon damage here. Very nice. And we could go for a skill here, but I really want to build these tools up, so looking for more tools here now. Take that just so that we have a tool. Take the 5 gold, I believe. 5 gold here. Tina can help us out. Not terrible. But this is put that bad boy in. Got enough gold. We can go ahead and take the ornithopter as well. That'll be good to get her. Okay. Hopefully we can keep the burn cascading. Get enough damage pushed through. We should be okay. Wow. Health already. And an icy silver. Wow. But they're doing a little bit of high rolling on us. Have you just run into these ghosts, but looking like we can actually take them. Holy smokes. I thought for sure they had us. Not even close. Silver Molten Ball Blaster goes a long way in these early. Do it. Has now. Don't want to run the turret anymore. It's really only an early game item, and we're transitioning out of early game and into mid game now. Off on those. Wouldn't pull that out. We don't have any haste. Hold on. Yeah. On the Corsair here, this should be fairly easy. A bit closer than I expected, but we got there. Pretty good one for us. I feel like in this scenario we take a silver item hoping for a tool. Get a tool. Very good. Sylvia has for us now. Maybe an upgrade to gold. But upgrade to a gold, but we will swap out multi. Out Hillis stock here. Very nice. Good upgrades here. A couple items. Get us with a gun here. Not in a position where I really want to roll. Get up that way. And I'm gonna be right back during this fight. Take a quick step away.
Every failed experiment lights the path to success.
Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Okay, looks like we picked up that win. Best vendor for us here, Orion. Great tool to pick up there. Pick that out. And I love going with the rivet gun into the calipers. Then that way haste everything, get a ton. Actually, we can put the jet drone back in. See this guy over here. And roll, see what else we can pick up. Alright, looks like we got a couple upgrades here. Very nice. Very good. Alright, let's see what we have at the mountain pass. Perfect. Right here. Love to pick up the augmented weaponry. That way we can get to work on that. And as you can see, we have lots of small items on the board. So if we transition to that fly build, we can pick up some good damage. Very nice. Go ahead and take Honed Arsenal, get some more crit chance in. Hold off on using, hoping to take advantage of the fly build. Go to a Hexa here. We have lots of small items, but really if they take out a couple of our small items, we have enough damage otherwise to take it out very quickly. Like that. Very nice. Crypto, good econ for us. I think with picking up that econ item, I'm gonna kind of risk it a little bit. Hoping, got a 0 on it. That's okay. Pick this up. Go ahead and roll. See what else we get here. But I'm gonna tell now. Only 2 on that one. Darn it. Really hoping to pick up an upgrade on the Molten Ball Blaster here. Going into the mid game, love to see a golden Molten Ball Blaster. That'll carry us into the late game for sure. And with this board, we even have an opportunity. We could potentially close out the late game with a tool build. So would have loved to have seen a golden Molten Ball Blaster there. Boy, they have a lot of regen. Too much for us. That is unfortunate. Just couldn't quite get the kill. That's where a golden Molten Ball Blaster would have gone a long way for us. Pixel here, see what we can pick up. We'll roll for it. Upgrade on the Ornithopter for a fly build later. I'll at least see what Kina has for us. Definitely. Take our 12 golds from having tools. One of the great reasons to run a tool build is as soon as you hit that when you're leveled up, really fixes your economy. And we beat this a day earlier, so we should have no problem beating it this time around as well. Sure enough, we don't. Hopefully this time around we pick up that augmented weaponry. Hey, crash site ticket, that's also nice. Alright, go to Mattel, again hoping a upgrade on the Molten Ball Blaster. There it is. And not only do we get that, but we also can pick up a pressure heater. Pressure heaters are fantastic for us. Just looking to what we want to get rid of. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the Flamejet drone and the Angle Grinder drone. Now we'll drop this guy in here. We'll set it up just like so. Go ahead and see what Tox Clock's got for us. Okay. Ooh, good freeze. I think we still get there though. Oh yeah. Nice. Now, like I said, with the Golden Molten Ball Blaster, we do have a chance of making it all the way to late game with this build, but generally I like to look to try and transfer over to a fly build. We'll go into a tech and tools here. That's just insane. Go for us. Be useful. I think we just take the workout routine. That's so strong. Looking to see what we've got here. Off on that. Actually gonna drop this in here. Make some room. Fill those off. Guys up here. I'm gonna use this to see if maybe I can pick up tool. A property and dinosaur. Very interesting. Okay. Roll here. Hope something better. Hey, pretty good. My question now is whether or not I'm strong enough to take on the vessel. I feel like we are. I'm gonna go for it. Hopefully this doesn't backfire on me. Very nice. Okay, vector beam. I think we're in a good enough position. We want to work toward over leveling. We'll take the extra experience here. Don't see us going a destroy build, so I'm gonna let that go. Well, this is interesting. I just don't think this is a great item in general. Well, damage upgrade on that as well. Again, thinking about the future, potentially going this route. Though, with these skills, we might just stick with the cool build here. One win big. Burn on that thing. I like to think we'll be just fine, but we'll see here. Very nice.
Watch out, Tantius Industries. Stell's workshops on the rise.
Weapon skills here. Again, a crit chance. Kind of items we can get from Andy here. Crit on the goggles. Start. Very nice. Oh, beautiful. See what Arrow might have for us if we do end up going that fly build.
Anything breaks down, bring it in. 20 light-year warranty.
Go after Chili Charles here. He's gotten a lot more difficult.
Noisy critters like you.
The addition of the freeze on these two items here has made it much more difficult. I'm pretty confident we'll beat them.
Some days, I wish I were still just a bird.
Currently don't have any freeze. Oh. See what JJ might have for us. Get another upgrade. Oh, this is going very well. Kayla now. So there's the runabout.
Use it well. Make me proud.
Just about got our build now. One thing we're missing is a launch pad. A launch pad, and we've got a nice fly build.
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist.
Ooh, that's a good ammo build. Hopefully we're fast enough to not have to worry about this building too strong.
Bring her
Fair
back.
enough.
I've got another
Very good.
salvo in me. Hey, Uncle Odie. Maybe I'll be training you.
Go with a gold tier item. Yep. Wouldn't sell. Oh, that wasn't a mistake. I thought that it was the one doing the cooldowns. Darn it. Huge mistake. Okay, well, I'll have to find another tool to replace that.
If you have to ask for price,
Pick up another one.
tell everyone you got
Never punished. That's a great tool to pick up as well. Okay. We're at a bit of a crossway here. We could either work on upgrading this, or we can go to Orion and look for some tool upgrades. I think we're gonna go to Orion here. What he might have. I just can't get this to sell for me. We'll just take the 5, I guess. Sitting on it for a couple days now. People just bounce it. Yep, the sharpened steel could be good.
Defeat acknowledged. Club entry accepted.
Okay, we'll see if Cole has the launch pad. Not. What JJ has. Cole. Useful. Those workshop can be good. I don't think it's good enough for us. Whew. Good amount of health. Must be wearing a belt. Yep, and a belt with a cash can. Okay, bit scary. Get there. Very nice. 4-second freeze on the hot spring. Boy, is that something. Okay. Take some defense to put on our offense. Always a fan of that. An upgrade on the calipers. What Ayla's got for us? Thank you. JJ. Now, with us going into the Molten Ball Blaster with that, I didn't really think about it. We could have there in the runabout. I think we're actually just going to give up on the fly build and just ride out the tool build all the way to the end.
The Carol's telling me to wreck ye. Oh, I am a long way from Polaco.
In fact, what we're going to do here, I'll sell these items. Way we're not getting rid of the key pieces necessarily. Feather has here. Yeah, I'm not even willing to spend the 4 gold to roll. Really hoping to see a diamond ball blaster here. No, don't pick it up.
That's okay. It's been nice talking to you.
The crow's nest. Here we go.
Just a little friendly sparring, right?
I should warn you, I am like other Chevaliers.
Another pig with a belt. Do a bunch of damage to us. Very nice. Okay, we are now up to 7 wins. Great job. See what Uncle Odie has for us. Aren't any use. Let's go ahead and roll here. I mean, not really useful, but we'll take it. Okay. And hoping to just catch some upgrades. There. Go to the aerodrome. Right. I think we're gonna go ahead and take 3 small enchanted items. So something to that's worth it. Theme just as happen. Right. Money. That's it. I'll hang on to it, but don't use for it. Okay, I'm not certain that we deal damage fast enough to take out the awakened district, but we'll certainly try. Yeah. Was a mistake. Take a relic here, I guess. Nothing really looking healing there. Alright, JJ. Help us out.
I need a customer.
No help. Really?
Buy, don't buy, as long as we get to hang out.
What specs are you running?
Now I've gone 2 days of using the restorative on the Molten Ball Blaster. Couldn't get the fly build put in, so I'm kind of glad I put that restorative on the Molten Ball Blaster rather than the runabout. Like, we're gaining health faster than they can deal damage. So that's great. Right. Take the scrap. Now the hammer's gonna have to go on the wrench. We've got everything to gold. This is the subject. Pretty easy fight. Nice. And see what kind of gold tier item we can pick up. See, we start with our first diamond. Very nice. Alright, let's go ahead and take on Lord in here. Should have no problem keeping up with the damage he deals. Gonna have to ride it out with his healing, but we should be just fine. Ah, darn it. Thought for sure we can get through it. Alright, we'll take the artist here. See what we can get on the flint stones. Get restorative there as well. Okay, now between both should be just fine. Go to Mattel. Hope we pick up an upgrade here. Picking up toolbox would also be nice. Let's go ahead and just get rid of this stuff. Okay. Going that route. Go.